Today we are going to be working on three different types of objects that basically can be worked on in CorelDRAW. First over here is your image or raster object. Then is your vector and uh, or a graphic object, and the last one is your indent or text. Now the the difference between all three of them is this: as you zoom in, it will keep getting pixelated. Yes, and this, no matter how much you zoom in a vector, it will not get pixelated, and therefore it can be enlarged to a very large extent. And it's the same with the text. So images are moreover uh, pixel dependent, and therefore they have to be worked on in a particular way. Now, so having said that, let's start with our freehand tool. So freehand tool is basically just something that you just click your left click and keep it pressed while you draw, and once you release, nodes will be created and your object will be done. So with this you can do any kind of freehand drawing. Then the 2 point line will just give you two points. So you click, drag, leave, click, drag, leave. You can't do 3 4 points with this. It's a 2 point line, so only 2 points are going to be worked on. The third one is the Bezier. The third one is the Bezier tool. Yes, so this just like 2 point, but this allows you to keep doing the left click and working on it. And you see this over here. Now let's say that I want to this is an object and I want to fill color in it. Yes, is the color being filled? No. Why? Because the nodes are not closed. So I can click on this object and say close nodes, close curve. Can you see this here? Once I close this, it becomes a solid object, and uh, in this particular thing, the color will be filled because the nodes are closed. Again, clicking on this, again the nodes will get opened, and therefore you see this over here. Yeah, so you can even break it apart. So that is the Bezier tool. The pen tool, again just like the Bezier, is the same thing. Yes, but in this particular thing, once you can click, drag, and make a finer object, you can do the same with Bezier tool. The reason why there are two tools given, because there are many of our friends who basically move from Illustrator to CorelDRAW, and therefore there's nothing called the Bezier tool. There's only a pen tool. Now, what is this B spline? B spline, as you click and second left click, and then when you drag, you need to do the third left click to get the curve, and that's how it's going to create different things. And then when once you close it, it's going to smooth it out. So that is the B spline. The poly tool is again very, this when you click and drag, so basically it's a mixture of your freehand tool along with the Bezier tool. So it, no matter what you do, till you don't make another click, it will always give you a straight line, and as you click and drag, it will only keep making curves. So that is about it for that tool. And then you have the 3 point curve tool. Now just like our 3 point rectangle, you have this particular thing where you can adjust this thing and click on it again. So this again is an extension of our B-spline curve tool, but it allows you more control. Like you click, drag, and stop. So when you're doing something like just making a curve and you want to make smileys or something like that, so this can work very effectively. So that is all our tools of line tools, that is our freehand tools. Yes. So and then this is the second one, that is our artistic media. We shall look at it. Let's get rid of all of these. Control A, delete. Yes, that's how you get rid of all of them. Now this is going to give you a line. Now how do I get this? From here I choose. If it is selected, it will keep changing shape. So this can be used when you are doing anything artistic, and that's about it. Now this is a second tool. This is the brush tool. If I do this, so depending on what kind of brush has been selected, you shall get this kind of an output. So this is very good for creating different kind of artworks and textures. The third tool over here is our spray tool. So when you come here, depending on what spray is selected, just like the other ones, you can have these kind of effects. So if used effectively, it can work out very well. Let's say we work on this and we just want to create some shading here and there. So that's how it is going to work. So if used well, it can really work. This is our, I want to write text here again. So that's how it's going to work. Now I'm using a mouse and therefore it becomes a little difficult to write, but if you're using a pen, that could work really well. Yes, and then the last one is our expression tool. Now that allows you to create rounded text, and depending on the thickness that you choose, as you can see here on this one, the yeah, as you move up and down, it will keep getting thicker or thinner. In this, even you can change the degree of your, let's say we make it 180 degrees. You can keep changing the degree, you can keep changing the angle. So here it changes. You can even change the, so the smoothing effect increases and therefore the sharp edges do not come in. And that's about it.